I've had a great time uncovering Perge, the capital of Pamphylia, the city of urban planning, water and sculptures, and the home of Plancia Magna and the mathematician Apollonius. But we're not done with Perge just yet. Today I'll be cooking a Roman recipe called Minutal Apicianum, right here in Perge. This video was filmed at a distance that does not pose a risk to any cultural properties. This is a meat and fish stew written by our favorite Roman gourmet, Apicius. I'm using lamb testicles, and fish for today's recipe. My lamb is already cubed, so I can start preparing my other meats. So for the fish, I'll just cut off the head and tail and debone. You can use sardines or any small to medium fish. Now that I've got all of the bones out, I'll cut my fish into 6 pieces. Now that my fish is ready, I can get my pot heating up. And our next ingredient is a strange one: lamb testicles. The Romans used every part of the animal, and testicles were eaten to represent male fertility. I find that the easiest way to remove the skin is using your hands. Now that I've removed the skin, I can cut this into small pieces, about the same size as my lamb. The difference in diet between poor and rich people in the Roman Empire was quite different. But this dish, with its variety of meats and fish, would definitely be eaten by the wealthier members of society. Now that all of my meat and fish is ready, I can add it to my hot pot. So I've added our fish, lamb, and lamb testicle into our hot pot, and now it's time for my stewing liquid. I'll be using the fish sauce garum or liquamen, some water, and some olive oil. There's just a few more ingredients I need to add to my stew: leek and fresh mint. Now, our stew is ready for the oven. It will need to cook for 45 to 50 minutes. This video was filmed at a distance that does not pose a risk to any cultural properties. One of the more interesting parts about this recipe is that in addition to the main ingredients being cooked in liquid, it's also served with a special sauce on top. So now, I'll clear my table and get started on the sauce. I'll let my pan get nice and hot. The first thing I'll do is pound my spices. I'm using black pepper and coriander. Spices are another thing that would have only been available to the wealthy citizens in ancient Rome. The lower classes would consume a lot blander food. I can add my ground spices into the pan. And now my next ingredients. I'm using coroenum, honey, and more garum. I'll also need 2 cups of liquid for my stew, so let me pull it out of the oven and check. Our stew is cooked. I'll add about 2 cups of the stewing liquid. These are handmade noodles, which were called trakta in ancient times. I'm just breaking them into small pieces and adding them to my sauce. I'll let my sauce cook for a minute or 2 until the noodles soften. In the meantime, I can clear my table and get ready to serve. Our noodles are cooked and I can smell all of those delicious spices. So I think our sauce is ready. First, a nice generous portion of our stew. And I'll add lots of our sauce on top. Now, all it needs is a garnish of fresh mint. This video was filmed at a distance that does not pose a risk to any cultural properties. Cooking an ancient recipe in Perge was quite an experience. We hope you enjoyed the flavors of the city as much as the ancient history. If you try this recipe, we'd love to hear your comments. And thank you for joining Turkish Museums on this journey as we continue to cook our way through the archaeological sites of Türkiye.